as we all know, the automotive sector is no stranger when it comes to having its own acronyms and jargon for describing elements that exist within it. And one that you'll probably be hearing plenty about at the minute is the ZEV Mandate. And what is the ZEV Mandate, I hear you ask? The ZEV Mandate, or Zero Emission Vehicle Mandate, is effectively a directive set up by the UK government in its attempt to help tackle general pollution, but to become a net carbon zero by 2050. And what this effectively meant by way of the ZEV Mandate was that it would be illegal for any cars to be sold and registered by the year 2030, which actually then got pushed out to 2035 under the Conservative government, but it is currently up in the air about whether it will come back to 2030 under the new Labour government. So it's effectively a directive that holds OEMs or vehicle manufacturers accountable to hitting objectives with regard to lower emitting vehicles. So effectively, as it stands, whilst the deadline has moved out to 2035, from then it will be illegal to effectively sell a petrol or a diesel vehicle or anything that emits tailpipe emissions from 2035. Now, there is a progressive walk up from 2024 all the way to 2030 and then beyond in terms of how many vehicles each year, or a percentage of how many vehicles each year from a manufacturer that have to be electric. So it's not just a case of you can sell as many as you like up until 2035 in terms of petrol and diesel, and then all of a sudden it has to become electric. There are staggered targets all the way from 2024 to 2030 as it currently stands. 2024, it's currently 22% of an entire manufacturer's registrations need to be zero emission vehicles, which may not sound like a lot. As you'll know, there's lots of large manufacturers, some with some real legacy followings of petrol and diesel cars in particular, and somewhat potentially victims of their own success. When you look at brands like some of the Volkswagen brands, or Nissan as an example. The Nissan Qashqai has a huge following, but is currently only available in petrol or mild hybrid derivatives. You could argue the same maybe for the Volkswagen Golf as well. Huge legacy followings with lots and lots of repeat customers. But what that doesn't help, obviously, is those respective OEMs in trying to achieve their 22% electric vehicle registrations. And then obviously you have the other side of the coin, where there's actually manufacturers such as Tesla and Polestar that only produce zero emitting vehicles. So by way of their objectives, they're exactly where they need to be from day one, although they're all ultimately vying for market share in terms of total registrations anyway. So there's lots of different dynamics to consider, and all is not lost effectively for anyone who potentially overshoots or undershoots their ZEV mandate target for 2024 and beyond. There's a couple of systems in place at the moment which help the manufacturers navigate their way over a period of time to achieving what they need to. One of these methods is that they can actually buy credits from other manufacturers that go over their allotted electric vehicle production and sales. i.e. someone like Tesla has been known in the past, because obviously it only produces electric vehicles, to have a large bank of credits which it can then sell, presumably at a premium, to maybe some of those other OEMs that are just slightly off the pace as they make the transition towards electric vehicles. Ultimately, what it means for consumers is more competition and businesses, more competition from the OEMs in terms of trying to build affordable, quality electric vehicles. The car powers and procurement team they specialise in electric vehicle procurement at the moment, and they're always in the market to build you an exclusive deal that you can't find anywhere else. But what it will also mean as well is that there'll be some exciting new products coming over the hill in the coming months and years as well. And one of those will be used vehicle leasing, particularly around electric vehicles, especially as the electric vehicles have less moving parts, and actually battery degradation has proved to be very durable. So there's plenty of opportunity if you're not in the market for a new electric vehicle, to get your hands on a used one further down the line.